Yes. Yes. Good morning, all of you. Can you hear my voice? Murali, Srikanth,
Yeah, good morning.
let me continue.
Good morning.
Yes. Yesterday, we discussed the basic introduction part of that UI programming. I'll revise it and I'll continue with the demonstration. Here, we are in Web UI. UI here it is a user interface. To create this user interactive page, we have to learn the list of all topics are here. List of all topics under this UI programming here. See, one is HTML 4 and 5. Second, CSS 2 and 3. Third, JavaScript. Here, fourth, jQuery. Here, fifth, Ajax. Here, sixth, responsive design. Here, responsive design. Then seventh one will be here, Bootstrap. Eighth one will be here, lessons as programming. Here, ninth is project. 10th is here, exam. Total duration of my content here it is 2 months. 2 months I'm going to continue on all these topics. We are learning UI. UI means user interface. In this user interface, we are going to see this list of all topics like this. Here, 2025 at 6. Here, first we'll understand what is UI and where we use it in the real time. And after that, one by one, each topic, one example. Each topic and one real-time example I'll explain to you. Here, each topic information and one real-time example I'll explain to you. So by that you can understand. Here, we are in Web UI. Here, we are in Web UI. UI here, it is a user interface. In this time, user interface time, if you enter any URL, suppose if you are entering google.com, www.google.com. So by this, you can see that here Google homepage. So Google homepage and the search option. Here Google homepage and here one search option you can find. Here, this is what here, once you enter any URL in the browser, whatever application you can create it here, this is UI. Here in this time, here, once you click search option, your data will be redirected to server. Here, this server will connect to database. This is totally MVC architecture, model view controller architecture. We write like this. Here is our UI programming, UI connected to server, server connected to database. This is totally MVC architecture. Here, this is our UI page and the resultant page is also a UI page. Here, in this UI page, this is user interface. You will get all the list of results. What you are searching, that list of results, you will get it here, link 1, link 2, link 3. Like this, you will get all the list of links. This list of links, whatever I can see here, these all different URLs. So these URLs will get it from databases. Whatever I'm searching, suppose if I search for toys here, toy related search result, you will get Amazon toys, 19 here, Flipkart toys, Hamlet toys, like that, all links you will get it. This list of links, whatever I'm getting here, these all come from database. And this is what here server program. This server programming here, it is maybe a PHP page or a Java page or a .NET page. Here Python, etc. all comes under servers. Here, this is UI page, this is server, this is database. Databases are here, Oracle, MySQL, SQL Server, MongoDB, etc. all comes under databases. Here it is 3-tier architecture, MVC architecture, model view controller architecture. Generally, we will follow to design our output. UI page connected to server, server connected to database, database back to server, UI will get as result. See, this is totally MVC architecture, 3-tier architecture. MVC here it is model view controller. Model part is by our UI programming, server programming. Controller part is also by server programming. UI part is our view. View part of the application is UI programming. Here we are connecting UI with the server connected to database back to server will give you a resultant page. This is totally UI. In this MVC architecture, we are following, this is 3-tier architecture. MVC architecture, this is what here, 3-tier architecture to develop our application. In this time, UI, server, database, 3 informations we are getting here. UI, server, database, 3-tier architecture we are getting here. So in this time, UI connected to server connected to database, this is what here. In this time, only we are working out on UI. So 3 team of developers will work here. In this place, 3 team of developers will work here. One is UI developers who know UI programming, they'll learn. They called as UI developers. Server side developers who know server programming, they called as server side developers. Third, database developers who know database part, they called as database developers. Here, 3-tier architecture we are following here, UI development, server side development, database development. Here, UI developer, they have to learn along with these all topics and any one of the framework, Angular or React or Node. Everywhere they are looking for framework level developers. So here in this UI part, here they are looking for UI developers. Here it is UI developers. This UI developers who know UI programming, they called as UI developers. They have to learn along with these all topics, JavaScript related frameworks. Here framework, here it is Angular, React, here Angular or React.js or Node.js or a Vue.js. These all comes under frameworks. If you know any one framework, then only you will call it as framework level developer. Here, if you know any one of the framework here, then only you will call it as here framework level developer. You have to learn all these frameworks along with these all topics. Then only you can apply for the position of UI developer. If you want to be a UI developer, you have to complete these all topics along with one framework. Okay, here UI developer, server side developer, database developer. 3 team of developers will work here. UI developer who know UI programming, they only called as UI developers. Server side developers and database developers. See, in this time, UI developer, they'll concentrate only on the UI part. Here, in that, so we are going to see one real-time application. Here, facebook.com login page. This is one UI page. Once I enter any URL, whatever application I can see, that is what here UI. This UI page will connect to here PHP server. PHP they are using as our server program. Here PHP they are using as our server program. Here once you click submit button, your data will be redirected to server. That server is here PHP. PHP they are using as our server program. Here once you click submit button, your data is redirecting to server. That server is here PHP. PHP we are using as our server program. So once you right click inspect element on this, here once you right click inspect element on this, you can find it here head and body. See, some code you can find it. Some code you can find it here. See here doc type, HTML and body. This is our UI code. This is also UI code. This is totally HTML. This is totally CSS. This half part is CSS. This half part is HTML. Basic skeleton of the web page. Skeleton of the web page is by HTML. Colors and alignment part is by CSS. Here, if you submit this application form, you will redirect to PHP page. If you submit this application form, you will redirect to PHP page. That PHP page Here it may be PHP, Java, .NET, Python, any one of the server program. Here, once I click submit button, my data will be redirected to PHP programming. In this PHP programming, here it is redirecting. My application is totally redirecting to server. Here, this server programming, here it is PHP, Java, .NET, Python, any server programming you can use. Here, once I click submit button, my data is redirecting to server. That server is here PHP for this web page. See, if I open oracle.com, see here. It is redirecting my application to the JSP. JSP means it is a Java server page. JSP here it is a Java server page. Once you right click inspect element on this, here once you right click inspect element on this, now you can find it here. Here it is head and body. Here you can find it here. Doc type HTML head and body tag is the standard code of HTML. Here doc type HTML head and body tag is the standard code of HTML. See here, you can find it doc type HTML head and body is the standard code of HTML. Here, this is the color field structure. Once you go down, you can see here some code. You can see that submit button. See here, once you click submit button, your data will be redirected to JSP. JSP as the server program. Here, UI programming. This is our UI programming. Here, UI connecting to Java page, Java connected to database. Here, UI, it will create basic skeleton and content of our application. Here, CSS will give you alignment for our application. Here, basic skeleton of the web page is by UI. Here, this is our UI program connected to Java, Java connected to database. This is totally 3-tier architecture. Model, view, controller architecture we will follow to design this type of object. Model, view, controller architecture, we will use it to design this type of object. Here, model part, view part, controller part will use it to display this type of object. Here, server part, maybe Java, .NET, Python, any server programming, you can use it. Standard code of UI page will be here. Doc type, HTML, head and body. See, for this Facebook, server programming is different. For this Oracle Create account, server programming is different. Here, for Union Bank account also, server programming is different. Here, PHP programming, and this is also database. Here, for UI programming, for server programming, this data will come like this. Here, now you can find it here. See, this is what here, UI programming. And similar way, you can check same type of output in the Union Bank. It is ASP.NET. ASP. So here it is using here server page. That server page is here ASP. UI is connecting with the PHP. PHP will connect to database. Here, this is what here ASP. Yes. ASP.NET we are using here to design this type of output. ASP.NET we are using here to design this type of output. Here, JSP is a Java server page. PHP here, one programming, and ASP is another.
Is ASP?
Yes.
Last one is ASP, right?
ASP.NET is the .NET programming. Sorry, here I wrote PHP. Sorry, thank you. Here it is ASP. ASP means here it is a .NET program. Active server page, personal home page, and Java server page. Java server page here it is JSP. JSP means it is a Java server page. PHP here it is a personal home page. ASP here it is a active server page. Here it is JSP, PHP, ASP. These all three server programs and UI will be common and databases will be displayed like this. So here this way we can execute our output. Now I'm going for here UI connecting to server, server connecting to database. This is totally 3-tier architecture we will follow to design our output. Okay, here in this time, HTML. So UI standard code will be here. UI standard code will be here. It is doc type HTML head and body. Doc type HTML start, HTML close. Here only you can find it here, head tag as well as body tag. Head and body tag you can show like this. Head tag is used to write our header information. Body tag is used to write body part of our application. Head tag and body tag we can show for our execution. Head, it will create the style part of the application. Here, style part of the web page. Script tag is for JavaScript. So this is for JavaScript code and this is for CSS code. Okay, here inside the body tag, whatever I'll write it here, these all HTML tags. Here, these all comes under HTML tags. Here is our UI programming, UI connected to server, server connected to database. So this is totally MVC architecture and this HTML tags all. Here all HTML tags. Here HTML is a hypertext markup language. It is completely a tag based program. Tag is nothing but it's an instruction to the browser. We can give all our instructions to the browser in the form of tags. This is standard UI code. This comes under HTML. HTML. So you can create it as one.html and you can run it through browser. Through browser, you can execute your program. This one.html execution will be by browser. So by browser, you can execute. Okay. Here, now I'm going for, so up to now, title part of the application completed. Title here, it's UI. In this UI, 3 programmings are involving here, 3-tier architecture. We are learning only the UI development. Here, this code 6 AM batch is regarding only the UI developer position. In this UI developer position, here UI programming we are learning here. In this UI programming, UI means it is a user interface. We can create user interactive page here by learning these all. Here, now you can find it here in this UI developer position. Here, my UI page is connecting with the server page, server connecting to database. Here, 3-tier architecture in this UI. So because of this UI, I can create basic HTML. So first, under this UI programming, first topic here, HTML. HTML is a hypertext markup language. Markup language. Markup means here it is tag-based programming. Here, markup is nothing but it's a tag-based programming. Here, tag is nothing but instruction to the browser. Instruction to browser. Here, these instructions are here. We have 2 types of instructions, 2 types of tags we have. Here, one is paired tag. Here, second one is here unpaired tag. Paired tag, generally we will write it here, tag name start, tag name close. Here, unpaired tag, we can write it here, tag name, and here itself will close the tag. This is unpaired tag. Here, I'm explaining pair and unpaired tags. Pair and unpaired for our application, we can write like this. All HTML tags will write like this. HTML is a hypertext markup language. It is completely a tag-based programming. Tag is nothing but instruction to the browser. So everything will be in the form of tags. So here, this standard code of HTML will be here. It is doc type HTML. Doc type is one tag. It gives instruction to the browser document type of HTML. Doc type HTML here, it is a document type of HTML. Here only we can write it here, HTML start and close, and head start and close, and body start and close. Head and body tag we can show. Here head tag is used to write header information. Here under this we can write it here, script for JavaScript, style for CSS. Script for JavaScript code and style tag is for CSS. Here inside the body, whatever HTML tags we are learning here, all the list of HTML tags, these all comes under HTML4 and HTML5. here. So you can create this 1.html program. Under this 1.html program, you can create your application like this. Here, this is 1.html program. Under this 1.html program, you can execute your output here in the browser like this. Here itself, doc type HTML head and body. Under this, here, this HTML tags, whatever we are creating here, this will create a browser related application. Here, this is HTML related to browser. This browser will execute basic skeleton of the web page. Because of this HTML, it will show you skeleton part. Skeleton means here skeleton part of web page. Skeleton means here buttons, radio button, checkbox, drop down list, all by HTML. See here, this type of email address box, password box, and here login option, these are all by HTML. Because of HTML only, you can create this type of output. Okay. Here, because of HTML, you can create here email address box, password box, and submit button. This type of application we can create it with this HTML. Right click, inspect element on this. Here only you can find it here. Doc type HTML head and body. Here, if I remove the head section, delete the head part, see here how the output is displayed. If I delete the head section, how the output is displaying, you can check. Here, if I remove the head section here, that output, how it is displaying, that you can understand here. HTML is a hypertext markup language. Here, basic skeleton will come like this. Content is displaying, button, radio button, logo, everything is there, but no center alignment, no proper structure. Here, this comes with a head tag. That comes with a head tag. See, because of head tag, it is displaying that proper alignment. So like this, we can write it here, HTML. Suppose if I remove the body, see, I removed body tag. You cannot see any output here. So once I refresh, all will back. Here, once I refresh, all will back. Here, this is what here, once I enter my email address password, once I click submit button, my data will be redirected to that server. So that server programming here, whatever server programming we are learning here. So with that, we can execute our output. Here, this is what here, one server program. See, this is what here, one UI programming. Under this UI programming, once you delete this body, here I deleted the body tag here. You cannot see any output here. Because of body, it is showing total HTML tags. Because of head section, it is displaying that output for us. Here, once you refresh, all will back. Here, because of this, you can find it here. Doc type HTML head and body is the standard code. Here it is body tag. Delete the body tag. You cannot see any output. Once I refresh it, all will back. Okay. Here, this is what here, head and body tag. Head tag, alignment, body tag, content part. Here, doc type HTML head and body. Head tag for alignment of the web page. Body tag is for body part of our application. Okay. Here, doc type HTML and body tag. Here, head tag is for header information. Body tag is for body part of our application. Now you can see that here, this HTML head and body, how to display our output, we observed here. Now you can find it here, how these colors are applying. Here, right click, inspect element on this. You can see this color is by CSS. See, if I change the color, that color is affecting here. Here, whatever color I'm selecting here, that color is affecting on this button. This is because of here, color is affecting here. This is because of CSS. Because of CSS only, that color is affected. Here, next one here, if you right click, inspect element on this. Here, if you right click, inspect element on this, see here, you can see this body tag and head tag and total HTML tags, you can find it. Here it is div tag, and under this one div tag container. Under this, here it is div tag. See, under this div tag, here, if you delete this div tag, just delete. See, you cannot see any output. Why? Because that only one div tag, it is displaying this type of layer. So tag is aligning, tag is giving skeleton, and CSS is aligning the content. Here, second part of our the codes here, second topic of our codes is here CSS. CSS, here it is cascading style sheet. Here, cascading style sheet. This is what here mainly style part of the web page. Style part of web page, we can create it with the CSS. If we create it here, one.css, it automatically generates, here it automatically creates alignment of web page. Alignment of web page, we can do it with the CSS. So alignment here it is, here content alignment. Alignment here, you can find it here left and right. The total body alignment, we can do it with the CSS. Okay, second. Here, basic alignment of the web page is by CSS. Not only alignment, we can write it here. Background colors, borders, text related styles. Here that is text align, text decoration, text transform, all text related styles. And font style, font family, and then font size. Here, these all we can create it, etc. We can write it here with the CSS. Because of CSS, we can do it here, alignment for our application. Alignment of a web page, we can do it with the CSS. Here, HTML is creating basic skeleton part of the web page. CSS is giving alignment of the web page. Alignment here, it is not only alignment, colorful structure also, it is by CSS. Second topic of our content here, CSS. Third topic of our content here, it is JavaScript. Here, because of JavaScript, here we can create it here. It will add functionality. Functionality of web page, we can create it. We can create it using JavaScript. Using JavaScript, we can add functionality to our application. This functionality here, validation of the application form, cookie creations, animations, here local storages, here session storages, here, etc., we will learn it with this JavaScript. With this JavaScript only, we can add it here, totally functionality of a web page. Functionalities here, total validations of the application form and all, we can write it with this JavaScript. Here, because of JavaScript, we can add it here, functionality of a web page. See, this color and the center alignment is by CSS. This box, email address box, password box, and submit button by HTML. Now I'm submitting here, I'll get error message. This error message is because of JavaScript. Here, JavaScript, it is giving validation of the application. Here, once you right click, inspect element on this, go to the application. Here you can see local storage, session storage, cookies. See here, so many cookies are there, name, value, domain name, path, expiry time. Every cookie has its own expiry time. So this type of expiry time for our application. This way you can create your name value pair of my application. So this is possible by here cookie creation. Because of cookie creation only, we can create this type of output for us. Okay, cookies we can create it for our application like this. So once you submit it, you will get validation error messages. This validation error messages is because of JavaScript. JavaScript adds functionality to our application. This functionality of a web page, we can create it. Here, validations, cookie, local storage, all we can create it. See, at least one number, at least one letter should be there in password. Email address should be in the email address format. These all we will write it with this application. Here with this format, with this JavaScript. Then fourth topic of our course is here jQuery. Here, because of jQuery, what happened? jQuery is a external library here, library of JavaScript. JavaScript only, but it is an external
The
library.
previous message is from the server, correct? On the Facebook, when you not enter the email,
Here
this
it is basic validation from HTML, that is by JavaScript. Basic validations all by HTML only. Server side
so
validation, email address wrong if it is not in the database.
okay, okay. So
Password wrong. Password if it is
this one,
yeah.
this one will happen at the front end. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I never know that. I thought of like always. Okay, thank you.
Yes, very good. Here, this email address, here you have to enter email address or you can enter phone number or email address, and email address if it is in the invalid format, and password also if it is in the invalid format. That time, whatever immediate messages you are getting, that is not from server, that is by JavaScript. JavaScript only.
Thank you.
Yes. Here, jQuery is a external library of JavaScript. JavaScript only, but it is a little bit external library. So you can find it here because of jQuery, what we can do. jQuery 3.7.1.js file. And here only you can find it here, jQuery validation.js file. Here only you can find it here, jQuery cycle.js file. Like this, etc. So many jQuery files you can find it. Because of this jQuery, we can easily develop. See, whatever validation we are creating here, that validation you can create it easily by jQuery. Validate.js. So common functionalities, there's designed one JS. That JS file, if you add it to our application by URL or by downloading that file, if you add to our application as an external JavaScript, so by that you can easily develop your application. You can easily develop your application with this jQuery. Next one here it is Ajax. Here, next one only here Ajax. Ajax here it is a asynchronous JavaScript and XML. Asynchronous JavaScript and XML, we call it as Ajax. Here, Ajax is nothing but it's a asynchronous JavaScript and XML only, we call it as Ajax. Here, asynchronous process. It is not a synchronous, here asynchronous process. Asynchronous JavaScript and XML, we call it as Ajax. Here in this time, Ajax time, how to display this type of output, you can create it with this. Here, asynchronous. Asynchronous means here, client is sending the request to server, server has to give the response. So this time, without refreshing or without redirection. Here, without redirection. Without refreshment and without redirection, if you get output for our application, that we call it as Ajax. Because of this Ajax, here without redirection and without refreshment, you will get output for us. So that it is possible by Ajax. Here, Ajax is a asynchronous process. Without redirection and without refreshment, you will get output for this. Here, that is Ajax. So first I'll show you jQuery. Here, jQuery cycle.js. See, you can find jQuery cyclic rotation of here. See this type of cyclic rotation, slideshow of images, shuffling effect, zooming effect, and fading effect of these images. And here turn down effect, scroll right, and curtain X effect. These all we can do it with the jQuery. So just we'll add the jQuery cycle.js to our program. Automatically you can create jQuery effect. Automatically you can create that jQuery related effect. Okay, next one here, under this jQuery only, you can find it here, jQuery UI.js. See here, drag to any place. Draggable, droppable, this type of effect is because of jQuery. Here, resizable. See here, I can resize. This is resizable effect. Here, selectable. Here, I can select that list of components like this. This is selectable. Here, sortable. See here, I can sort to any place. This is because of here, sortable effect. Here, this type of output is because of jQuery. Similar way, jQuery validations. Here, jQuery validation plugin. See, now I'll submit it. Immediately, I'm getting error message here. Email address should be valid. Email address should be there. Password should be there. Here, email address required, password required. Like that, you are getting this type of output is because of, see here, if it is not in the email address format, I'm getting error message here. This is because of jQuery. Here, I'll submit my application form. I'll get error message here. See, validation of the application form because of jQuery validate.js. So here also you can do it here. Suppose if you submit it, you are getting error messages like this. This is because of jQuery. Here, now you can find it. Here, if I click submit button, I'll get error messages. This is basic validation by jQuery. So you can do it by JavaScript. You can also do it by jQuery. Here, this one is here, jQuery. Next one here, Ajax. Ajax example here without redirection. Suppose if you check this Union Bank account. Here, Union Bank is one website. If I show that output here, see, Union Bank is one website. Under this, without redirection, without refreshment, you will get output for our application. This is possible by Ajax. Here, because of Ajax, you will get output for our program without redirection and without refreshment. Here, you will get output for our application. So this is possible by without redirection and without refreshment. If you get output for our application, that we call it as Ajax. Here, once I refresh, here, chatting window is the best example for this Ajax. Here, chatting window is the best example for this Ajax. Anywhere, if you find chatting window here, HP chat window, here, HP, just if I search for HP, that website, hp.com, here, how may I assist you? Like that, immediately you will get one chat window, one window will come up, and here that immediate messages will get it. Support will come here, and immediately you will get the message of that. Here, SBI. If I click on this SBI online, here, customer care, here, some chat window will come here. So by that, you can chat with that person here. Okay, not here. Here, immediately you will get the chat option here. Immediately you will get the chat option here. So in the Union Bank, it is not loading. See, generally one right side corner, one chat window will come, And if you say hi, they'll give you immediately a response to us. Here, that type of output is because of here, this type of Ajax. Because of this Ajax only, you will get here, because of Ajax call only, without redirection, without refreshment, you will get output. See, in some website, you will see right side corner. If you say hi, they'll respond, how may I assist you? And they'll, depends on your entry, they'll give you a response to you. So that type of output is because of Ajax. Because of Ajax only, you will get that type of output here, that it is possible by Ajax. Here, in that Ajax call, without redirection, without refreshment, you will get output. See, if you check this menu bar here, menu bar will check the output here with redirection. See, menu bar, whatever menu I'm clicking here, it is with redirection, you are getting output. With redirection, it is redirecting and displaying the output. But that Ajax call window, it is without redirection. Here, help desk chat, something will be there. Here, help desk chat support. Here, some chat window will come here. Okay, not here. We have to enter email address. Actually, one support will come here. So automatically we can do that chatting. I think you observed in some websites, right side corner, how may I assist you? How can I help you? Okay.
Yes.
Here, once I click here, see, this is one chat window. Okay. Here, submit application form. Here, online. See, this is chat window. Here, call chat. See, chat. See, I have to fill my details here. After filling my details, you can able to chat with that person. Here, once you start chatting with them, they'll immediately give the response to us. See here. See here. Hi. If I say hi, see, immediately I'm getting this type of output. See that response from there, you will get it here immediately. That it is by chat window. This is asynchronous call. Here, if you click on any menu from here, I'll get output here. This is because of here. This is, see here, what is your query? Like this, I'm getting output. Here, if I click here, something, see, immediately they'll give you response. So this type of output, it is by Ajax, because of Ajax. Next one here, next topic of our content here, it is responsive design. How to make our application as a responsive application. This is what here responsive design. For mobile phone, tablet, desktop. Here, etc. In all resolution, how to show our output, that you will understand under responsive design. See here, suppose if I check my output in the tablet as well as in the mobile. See, mobile phone output is like this. Here, tablet output is like this. Desktop output is like this. See, according to the screen, that menu bar is vertical. Here, vertical menu bar, you can create it here like this. This is vertical menu bar. So this type of output, we can create it because of here, because of this responsive design. Because of this responsive design, you will get output for our application. This is what here responsive application. Next topic here, it is lesson SAS. Here, less and SAS programming. Here, less is here, it's a linear style sheet. Here, it is a linear style sheet. Here, SAS is here syntactically. Here, syntactically awesome style sheet. Here, syntactically awesome style sheet. Like this, you can create it. Here, CS lesson SAS here, less is here, linear style sheet, SAS is here, syntactically awesome style sheet. See, if you write here 1.less file or if you write 1.scss file, this automatically converts into CSS file by adding one extension in VS Code. So because of that, inside the CSS, we can write variables, we can write methods, we can write maxins. Here we can write here functions. So how to write variables, methods, functions in CSS, you will learn it under lesson 6. How to write
That,
lesson SAS. Yes. Yes,
that is useful for only for setting the styles or
style
something
only
functional.
style part. Style part in a different way.
Okay, so only these variables methods only for to use it in styles.
Styles. Yes.
Okay.
Functions and variables will write it in JavaScript, but that it is possible in lessons. Okay. Yes. Here,
No,
next.
that means you write some functionality in between the style sheets, like in the CSS.
Yes, inside the less file and SAS file, I'll write the functionalities, I'll write the CSS code.
Okay.
Only with the CSS only.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yes. Here, lessons as we can write it here, less and SAS programming we are using here to develop our output. Next one, here, responsive design, Bootstrap. Bootstrap is a inbuilt CSS. Bootstrap is a inbuilt CSS. Inbuilt CSS, it's a framework of, here, framework of HTML, CSS, JavaScript. It's a ready-made architecture, just like jQuery only. Here you can add it here, bootstrap min.js file, and you can add it here, bootstrap min.css file, and you can add it here, bootstrap here bundle.js file, here bundle.js file, and popper.js file. Like this, etc. You can write it with this bootstrap. With this bootstrap only, you can add it here. Bootstrap related stuff, we can add it for our program like this. So this way we can execute our program. Here, this is about totally introduction to all the topics. HTML is creating skeleton. CSS is adding alignment and colorful structure. JavaScript is adding functionality to our application. jQuery is an external library of JavaScript. Ajax is here. It's asynchronous JavaScript and XML. Responsive design here, how to develop our application as responsive application. Here, how to display in mobile and tablet and desktop. And Bootstrap is a ready-made architecture to develop our application by using a framework. This is a framework. Here, lessons as it's a superset of CSS. CSS only, something extra under CSS that you will learn under lessons as. So this is
But
totally about
Bootstrap we can't consider as AngularJS or
no.
that we
It
can't
is only
compare with the
CSS, CSS related structure. Angular
oh,
framework
okay,
is
okay.
on JavaScript.
Oh, oh, okay.
TypeScript. Actually, Angular is on TypeScript. React is on JavaScript.
Got it.
Okay, yes. So yesterday and today we have completed that basic demonstration, basic information of our codes we completed. So complete your registration today itself. So by that, you will get this type of drive access. So this is my January batch drive. So like this, I'll create one drive for your batch and I'll upload all daily wise recordings in that drive. See, almost 50 recordings. Here, 50 recordings I uploaded under this. Here, 50 recordings I uploaded under this. Here, recordings. See, 43 recordings I uploaded for them. See, like this, I'll create your 6 a.m. batch drive. We can test. So topic wise, we can test, I'll conduct. Okay. Here in the paint file, I'll upload everyday class related paint files. Programs, topic wise, all programs, I'll upload it here in the programs folder. And documents location, every document I'll upload. This way I'll continue my total content. Okay. Yes, is it clear? Any doubt in this? Yes, please. Is it clear for you?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Come, if you are interested to continue my class, complete your registration today itself. Tomorrow link will change at 6 a.m. class. Okay. So if you complete your registration today, I'll get your mail address. So by that, I'll give you drive access of 6 a.m. today itself. We have completed demonstration today. So now tomorrow onwards, I'll show you installation of Visual Studio Code and the first program in HTML.
So ma'am, with this limited attendance also, you would be continuing the classes, right, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. If you once I get mail address, then I'll continue your classes.
Okay.
Yes. And
We
respect
already
to-
registered, ma'am. We need to.
Ma'am said not lifting WhatsApps and like that only she sent mail to me. Yesterday students who are came for a demo, they not completed their registration. Okay. So once contact the chat window number. In the chat window, they shared one number. Once contact that and give your feedback and complete your registration. So by that immediately by evening, I'll get your email address.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. We'll meet tomorrow.